Hello everyone, and welcome to Atlantic Ocean Watch on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, please comment, share, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Today's unboxing review is going to be the Tauchmeister T0323OR diver. The diver is rated at 1,000 meters water resistance. That's 100 bar or 3,280 feet of water resistance. So while I unpacked the watch, as you can see here on the video, it was very well protected. I was impressed that it came in the tin container, had a bunch of foam and plastic protecting it, and so when I took it out, no dings, no scratches, no imperfections at all on the watch. What we're looking at is the pliability of the rubber strap and keepers that the timepiece comes with. The rubber strap is a Mercure Flex diver strap with a maximum extension of 235 millimeters. The bandwidth at the lugs is 24 millimeters, and then it tapers down, as you can see. As you've already saw, it has a regular tange buckle. It has a helium relief valve, and it's a screw down crown on the timepiece. I'm comparing, of course, to my Nautica timepiece, which I recently reviewed on the channel, and I actually like this timepiece just a little bit more than the Nautica timepiece I've just taken off my wrist in this clip. This watch is great, but it is not perfect, and I'll tell you later on in the video a few minor gripes that I have about the watch, but I very much like this watch, even more so than the Nautica that I really like, that I just took off my wrist in this video. By the way, I have a second channel called Virginia Beach Rideshare, where it's a rideshare gig economy transportation channel. I'll leave a link to all that in the description. So let's talk about the movement. The movement is a quartz Mayota 2115 by Citizen Watch Group. It is a screw down crown. It has of course a time complication, and of course it has a date complication. Now, as you just saw, underwater performance, the timepiece, seeing as how I live in Virginia Beach and I'm up and down the East Coast, the timepiece does a fantastic job in the water. No, I have not taken it down to 1,000 meters or 3,280 feet because I don't want to get crushed to death. But so far in daily, everyday life, doing my various jobs in the transportation business, I've had no problems at all with water ingress, no clouding of the watch at all. It's been in water in the shower. Of course, it's been in the Chesapeake Bay, and as you'll see in several clips of this video, it's even been in the Atlantic Ocean off of the Virginia coast here in Virginia Beach, and off of the North Carolina coast. You'll see later in the video off of the outer banks of the barrier islands of North Carolina. So the underwater night performance is actually pretty good. Can't complain at all. As you just saw there, that's a pretty good job. And I've also noticed, as we play with the crabs here in the Chesapeake Bay, I also noticed too that under normal lighting conditions, no problem at all. I can see the watch and tell time all night long, no problem at all. And again, back to the water ingress, no water ingress. As you just saw moments ago, I was in the shower and no problem in the shower from the chemicals you use to wash your hair or take a bath. No problems at all. None. And again, I like the Nautica timepiece I recently reviewed, but this Tauchmeister T0323OR is definitely my daily driver for a while, as you pass a couple of pretty ladies at Croton Beach here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Okay, when you're looking at this watch on Amazon, by the way, courtesy to Amazon for a lot of the information, but I've done some of my own research as well. The timepiece will say Tauchmeister, but it'll also say Aromatic in the paperwork. Basically, it's a brand. Rainier Bettner of Frankfurt, Germany owns the brand, and it appears that they don't really make the watches in Germany. I say it appears that way. It appears it's actually Asian manufacturers, but German company. But when you see Aromatic, that basically is their aviation arm, and the Tauchmeister is their nautical military dive arm of the company. That's why you'll see Aromatic and Tauchmeister when you purchase a Tauchmeister or an Aromatic timepiece. So, because that was confusing me, I was like, okay, what is the actual name of the timepiece? So now you know. So when you see this, you know kind of what's going on. When you see Aromatic and Tauchmeister, basically the same company, owned by Rainier Bettner of Frankfurt, Germany. But based on my research, I suspect a lot of obviously Asian manufacturing origins. Okay, so let's talk again about the watch's details. Again, 1,000 meters water resistant sapphire glass, helium escape valve, 52 millimeter stainless steel case, 15.5 millimeter thickness on the timepiece, quartz Miyota 2115 by Citizen Time Group, Mercure Flex diver strap, maximum extension 235 millimeters, bandwidth at the lugs 24 millimeters. All right, so over the 3 weeks or almost a month now having no watch, one of the big complaints I do have is the bezel. As I'm doing this voiceover, as you watch the surfers in this clip, hanging 10 cowabunga dudes. The bezel that you might hear me turning it. It is a counterclockwise rotating bezel, 120 click. It has very minor back plate. There are a couple of guards that can make it a bit difficult to actuate, as you'll see in this clip in a moment. And if your fingers are wet, like in this clip you guys are going to see in a second, it can make it difficult to move the bezel. Also, too, I was partially confused because my orientation, you know what I mean? So, but the bezel, other than that, performs well once you figure out your orientation. But for most of us, like myself, I don't do any real diving. But if you are a diver, this is something for you to know. And of course, as I've already shown, underwater night performance for those of you who have nautical jobs or want to make sure you can see the watch at night has been great. When I go to bed at night, when I have this watch on my wrist as I do now, I can see what time it is all night long. I can easily tell what the markers are, what time it is, and no problems as compared to some other watches. So keep that in mind about the bezel. Once you get used to it, though, it's no problem. And I also suspect, as you watch this pretty woman pass by, I also suspect part of the problem is just that the bezel guards, as you call them, do kind of get in the way a little bit. But that's just one more precaution for you actual divers types, so that if you're utilizing that bezel, so you'll know how much oxygen reserve you have left on your tanks, you're not likely to bang it on something underwater and then have the bezel move and give you the wrong reading on the bezel, which of course can be life-threatening for those of you who are in that type of profession. So overall, again, I'm very pleased with the watch, and considering what I paid for the timepiece, you know, you're getting a timepiece with 1,000 meters or 100 bar. That's 3,280 feet of water resistance, friends, with a sapphire crystal, actual helium valve, and a reliable Miyota Citizen watch group movement. That is a fantastic value for the money, and I really can't complain. I have another watch that I'm about ready to review when it gets to me, that's also an overseas company, and that watch is a military type of nautical watch, but I don't even think that watch, which I'm not going to tell you here what it is going to be as nice as this watch, even though that watch is a legendary watch in the watch game. So, despite the bezel issue, most of us aren't going to really use the bezel, and so it's a very minor thing. So I'm going to give it 5 clocks out of 5 clocks, because it's a great watch for the money. I mean, you're paying, you know, before taxes, you're paying $137 again for 1,000 meter, 3,280 foot capable sapphire glass helium valve Miyota Citizen time group movement timepiece that has some, I mean, it's just an amazing timepiece. I like the blue dial, I like the orange, the contrast. I think it's just a great watch, and this is my daily driver watch, even beating out my Nautica timepiece I recently reviewed that I love. By the way, I have a second channel called Virginia Beach Rideshare. Again, Virginia Beach Rideshare. It's a gig economy rideshare transportation channel. I'll leave a link to that channel. Please subscribe in the description. And thank you all for watching Atlantic Ocean Watch on YouTube from Virginia Beach, Virginia, where I live and doing this voiceover. And also, of course, as you see in these clips, from the barrier islands of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram, Atlantic Ocean Watch. Follow me on TikTok, Atlantic Ocean Watch. Subscribe to my other channel, Virginia Beach Rideshare. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Help my channels grow. I appreciate it. More great timepieces to come. Be well.